Hello again, everybody. Well, today is Saturday. It's a rest day for the championship match. So, games 9 and 10 were played. 9 was a rather boring and perhaps opposite of the game that took 122 moves. This game 9 was only 20 moves, and it ended kind of quickly. And both games were a draw. I'm going to focus on game 10. But first I want to say, as you can see, there's a picture showing Magnus and Anand discussing the end of the game. I just want to say that I know that I was a bit harsh on Magnus the last time I made the video. But he seems to have redeemed himself. Perhaps he was having a bad day that day. I guess it happens. You know, I thought he was disrespectful, but he's certainly okay today, or I should say yesterday and the day before. As you can see, they're both having a friendly discussion over the the moves that were made, and at the end of the game, as you can see, the arbiter is there, setting up or collecting the papers. So here's another photo for you. As you can see, they're in a very friendly manner discussing the end of the game. So with that said, let's get to the game. Oops, didn't mean to show you my screen. Let's get to the game. This was another Grunfeld, only this time, according to the computer, let me just go ahead and get the score sheet up so you can see what this says. You have to play this in high definition as usual in order to see the fine print. It was the Grunfeld Russian system, move 7, e4, replies other than bishop g4. So let's get to that move and see what they're talking about. Let's shrink this back down. And let me actually just go ahead and get up to move 6. So there's e4. Okay, so it was knight to a6, which actually for Magnus Carlsen it's a bit of an odd move. I think the commentators were discussing this. It's not completely unheard of. I'm not going to try and analyze as to why they did it. I would recommend you watch the video available on Chess24 or several of the YouTube chess players that I subscribe to. Again, not to overmention his name or his channel, but King's Crusher is one of my favorites as usual. There's quite a few others. There's chess.com, I think. Any case, this game is well annotated, and they discuss why Magnus had made that knight move. But in any case, it's move 7, knight to a6 instead of bishop g4, which would have been the opening book normalcy. But I guess there's a few reasons for that. For one thing, usually when I play that, there's usually the queen is still here, and I try to pin the knight. But if there's nothing to pin there, then why bother, right? So he moved the knight a6 instead. So let's go ahead and go through the rest of the game. This was only 32 moves, but it was a relatively normally long game, a regular play. Not too special, but it was a very interesting game because they veered from the books somewhat. Whereas in game 9, you could have almost played the game by opening up an openings book and played the games almost from the pages. So today's game, or I should say yesterday's game, game 10, was more interesting, and it ended in a very friendly note. Now, while I'm saying that, let me scroll some more. Actually, let me just scroll through this. Okay, as you can see, I think the queens come off the board soon. There it is. Okay. All right. And what Vishy does is he ends up being able to, after the bishop's removed, as you can see, Magnus Carlsen has a knight, but he manages to, Vishy manages to trade that knight off because he trades for the pawn that he's about to queen. As you can see, Magnus knows that, and there it is. And very soon after, it was agreed to a draw. So let me just say this. The score is now 5.5, 4.5 in Magnus's favor. So if Vishy intends to try to regain his title, he cannot lose the next game. And he has to win at least one of the next 2 games in order to tie the score up, in which then there'll be a tiebreaker. So in other words, well, first of all, as I mentioned in earlier videos, if you draw with black, it's sometimes as good as a win. Now Magnus is very comfortable with drawing, and he's even more comfortable with drawing with black, because he is ahead of this game, and if he continues to draw with Vishy in the next 2 games, he will retain his new title of chess champion of the world. So Vishy has black pieces tomorrow, being Sunday. Today is Saturday, and today is a rest day. So tomorrow Vishy, I believe, has the black pieces, and Monday Vishy has the white pieces. Now it's usually easier to try and push for a win when you're playing with white, but it's not unheard of to win with black. So again, Vishy cannot lose the next 2 games at all. He can draw one, but he has to win at least one of them to tie up. So I'm a Vishy fan, so I'm going to hope for him for the best. But in the end, if he doesn't regain his title, this was a very good match, very close match, with Magnus being 1 point up. So to the best of for Vishy, and please subscribe. If you have any comments, if you wish to comment about my prior video, please make your comments in this video on the YouTube channel. I also have, of course, having a YouTube channel, you could also make comments in the community section. Keep on playing, and thanks for watching.